Good day, everyone. It is another episode. Have you noticed that you feel confident when you are alone? But the moment you are around your mates or partners, you suddenly become quiet. You become intimidated or afraid to express yourself. Maybe you feel like you have watched every word you have to say. You have to constantly rehearse and compare yourself with your partner, or perhaps you feel like you are losing yourself or even losing your relationship. Why does this happen to you? Today, we'll be going on to uncover your real state that makes you to feel oppressed around your mates, the signs you are experiencing, and what you are doing about it. Welcome to another episode. This is an important topic to discuss: why you feel oppressed around your mates, around your friends, around your colleagues, and how to stop it. Understanding the hidden causes, recognizing the signs, and learning how to regain your confidence, it is very vital. Like I said, the topic is why you feel oppressed around your mates. And let me begin with this important question. Sometimes the person you think is oppressing you is not really the one oppressing you. You may actually be struggling with comparison. You may be struggling with insecurity. You may be struggling with fear of rejection, struggling with past failures or even negative image formation, your self-image, you're losing self-image or lack of identity or even lack of purpose. Being around someone who is confident, successful, or outspoken should not intimidate you. Rather, you should build confidence on yourself. And that leads us to an important question. Why do you feel oppressed around your mates? When we say your mate or partner in this teaching, we are referring to your friends, your colleagues. It could be a partner, it could be your boyfriend, it could be a girlfriend, it could be a fiancé, it could be your roommate, it could be a course mate, it could be a business mate, it could be a very close someone involved around you. The hidden reasons why you are feeling oppressed is this: you compare yourself without appreciating others. Instead of appreciating people, you're comparing yourself with others. Your mate's success should not become evident of your failure. Instead of appreciating what your partners have achieved, you may begin to ask yourself, why am I not yet there? Why is my partner doing better than I am doing? Why will people think about me? What would they be thinking about me? Comparison has become a killer of confidence. But you can learn how to celebrate another person's success. With this measure, you can become greater. So don't measure your worth with other people's success. Don't measure your worth with people's success. The scripture in Galatians 6:4, the Bible says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. Your responsibility is to examine your progress and not your mate's progress. Another thing that have affected many is you don't know your identity. People who misunderstand themselves always have this challenge. You must learn how to understand yourself so that you don't feel intimidated. People who understand who they are, they don't feel intimidated. Your value does not decrease people's success. Your value does not decrease people's success. Your partner can shine and you too can shine. There is no comparison. Remember, when your identity is weak, you begin to look at other people's approval and their success. And when your approval becomes your addiction, rejection becomes your oppression. Know how you are and know what you carry. Know what God has endowed upon you, what God has placed inside you. Know who you are. Know what you carry. It is an attitude that you must develop. Another challenge is your past experiences still controls you. If you're still feeling oppressed with your mates, with your friends, that means your past experience still oppresses you. Perhaps you are mocked before, you are rejected, you would have been criticized. That can be what is hurting you. Comparing yourself with others has, affected a lot of people. The old experiences have triggered the negative outcome of today. You are responding to that pain of the past. That's what it means. You need to deal with it. You are also having this challenge of living someone else's timeline. Everyone has their race. Everyone have their progress pathway. You don't live other people's lifestyle. Someone else, chapter 20, is another person's chapter 5. Do not allow another person's timeline to make you despise your journey. Your journey is still valid. Another challenge is you're looking down on yourself. You're waiting for people's validation. When your happiness depends on your mates, when your happiness depends on other people's opinion, you begin to feel oppressed. That does not, they don't need to allow that to happen to you. I am not enough. That becomes the attitude. You are thinking that the success of others is limiting you. You should learn to appreciate other people and celebrate their result, their achievement. That's how to walk away from this particular attitude. These are the hidden reasons why you feel oppressed around your mates. Feeling oppressed around your mate is a big challenge. You are comparing yourself with others. You don't know your identity. You are looking at your past experiences that is still hurting you. You are still looking at other people's validation, or you're living someone else's life. It's important you deal with it. Signs you're feeling oppressed. The sign that you're feeling oppressed is when you are afraid to speak freely amongst your friends. You don't want to share your opinion. You are keeping quiet when you have a suggestion to make. It because you have had the experience, or one feels you are mocked, one feels that someone is going to laugh at you. You want to disagree with other people's opinion. You will not be able to express yourself. When you feel controlled, others are controlling you. You feel like your mates have the decision for you. Everywhere you go, they have to know about it. They have to decide for you. Even where how you spend your time. That is a big bondage. That's a big bondage that have made many not to feel free, but rather feel oppressed with their friends. You gradually is losing your identity. You're losing yourself. You are abandoning your hobbies just because of friends. You're abandoning your hobbies because of people's opinion, people's suggestion, and that has helped kept many bound. You are also walking on eggshells. You're carefully choosing your words because you don't want to hurt your friends, because you don't want to feel intimidated by your mates. Before speaking, you begin to think, how will my mate feel? What will be their reaction? All of that is happening internally. You feel drained and unvalued. That's a very negative experience. And this has affected many over the time. You frequently feel discouraged, get exhausted, insignificant. That's the feeling. Instead of having relationship, feeling encouraged, having your relationship, feeling motivated, you're feeling intimidated. That's why it's so important. You must learn to speak freely amongst your friends. You must feel and get confident, not to feel under control with your mate. Losing yourself identity is a big issue. Another also walking on the eggshell and feeling drained. I remember this young girl, yes, over the time, mate, we cannot talk at home, we cannot speak anywhere because it feels that, oh, her opinion is not needed. Over time, she became very quiet. She cannot express herself, and that affected her relationship, even in her family life, in her relationship. She cannot speak. She doesn't feel that she should be heard about. She has no value and no worth of herself. This kept her at the same spot. Also, another friend of ours, those days, also had this challenge of being monitored by her friend. Where are you going? What are you saying? What are you watching? All of those things kept him bound, and he began to avoid friends. That created a lot of conflict around her lives, around his life. Also, losing personality. Her mates begin to control him. And that's so important that we begin to deal with some of this attitude. Which friend can I identify today that I can boldly discuss freely, share opinions, make suggestions? You must learn to deal with some of these things because it's a big challenge. And this leaves one with a very separated life, isolation, even amongst friends. Friendship becomes a big challenge. Let's understand there is a difference actually between feeling oppressed internally and feeling and being genuinely controlled or mistreated by another person. Being oppressed internally and feeling being controlled by another person. Sometimes the people is within. The whole oppression is within. The comparison, the insecurity, the fear, the low self-esteem, and the past experiences are the factors affecting one's identity. But because there are genuine unhealthy behaviors in relationship, excessive control becomes the issue. Intimidation becomes a challenge. Constant criticism, isolation, disrespect, and manipulation becomes a challenge. Examine both sides. What is happening inside of you and what is happening around your relationship. It's important to learn how to handle this oppression around your mates. How you feel intimidated around your mates is important. So, what is the answer? Discover your identity. Know whom you are before your relationship starts. What is that simplest personality you carry? You are an individual. You have a value, you have capacity, you have a gift, you have a purpose. Also, learn to discover your purpose. This is one of the biggest lessons that we must learn. Until you discover your purpose, other people's achievement may continue to make you feel treated wrongly. You are feeling, intimidated by others when you don't discover your purpose. Also, stop unhealthy comparison. Learn to say, I can celebrate your success without feeling otherwise. Celebrate other people's success. Your partner's achievement can inspire you rather than intimidate you. That's what it means. Your partner's achievement shouldn't intimidate you. How to handle oppression around your mate. Another important, build competence. Confidence grows when you develop yourself. Improving on skills, improving on your communication, improving on your emotion, your career, your academics, your financial knowledge, spiritual life, and personal discipline. The more competent you become, the more confident you become. The more competent you become, the more confident you become. And also learn to set healthy boundaries. You have the right to express your opinion respectfully. You have the right to maintain healthy friendship. It is important to learn to set healthy boundaries. You have the right to pursue your purpose. You have the right to grow. A healthy relationship should create room for two people to become better, not a force, not intimidation, and also strengthen your relationship with God. When identity is rooted in God, you don't have to constantly prove yourself to people. Make sure your identity is rooted in God. Seek God's direction for your identity, for your purpose, for your relationship, and for your growth. It's important that we learn how to avoid this so that you don't feel intimidated. Now, I want to say, pause and honestly reflect on this. What do you do differently around your mates because you are afraid of being judged, rejected, or criticized? What do you do differently around your mates so as to avoid this judgment, this criticism? What could you change in yourself? In any relationship, you find yourself that you are feeling intimidated. What can you change? What is that burden that you can change? Don't just answer this as an individual. Reflect on it. Reflect on it. If I may ask, what is one word that describes how you feel when you're around friends, when you're around partners, when you're around your colleagues? Do you feel safe? Do you feel free? Do you feel loved? Do you feel heard? Do you feel respected or anxious or controlled or drained? These are important questions you must answer. So stop allowing comparison to turn another person's success into a personal oppression. Your mate's light does not affect your light unnecessarily. Your partner's success does not cancel your potential. Your partner's success does not cancel your potential. Your journey may be different, but your different does not mean inferiority. Yes, your journey may be different. It does not mean inferiority. And if your oppression is coming from genuine control, intimidation, and manipulation, or disrespect, don't ignore it. Recognize it, address it, set healthy boundaries, seek wise counsel where necessary. Remember, confidence grows when comparison dies. Confidence grows when comparison dies. And until you discover your purpose, the achievement of others may continue to look like a threat to you. But when you discover who you are and what you carry and what you are endowed with, You can celebrate others willingly and with excitement. And when you discover your personality, you begin to grow in so many identity that is from both from within and externally. That is why it's so important. You don't allow those negative things to influence you. Don't allow your friends' success to intimidate you. Don't get intimidated even with amongst your friends. Subscribe, comment, and also put on your notification for more videos today. Remember to live with gladness. My name remains Mrs. Sophia Kiwamu.